Declaring love too early. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is confessing your love to someone too early. Of course, the worst thing you can do is confessing your love before you actually get into a relationship. Even if the other person has fancied you so far, after a confession like this, you'd be showing all your cards. You'd stop being a challenge and lose your attractiveness entirely. Of course, if you're in a relationship, then you need to, after some time, confess your love to your partner. But don't do this until you're sure that the other person feels the same way. Such a big confession at the beginning of a relationship can cause the imbalance of feelings, and that can be fatal. Too much interest too soon. Another very serious mistake is showing too much interest at the beginning of the relationship. You can do this by frequently ringing and writing the other person, continuously proposing meetings or buying gifts. If you're the one that initiates all these things, you show the other person that you care very much. Perhaps they even like it at the beginning, but it will ultimately prevent them from developing deeper feelings towards you. Of course, you should show interest on your part, but in the long run, it cannot be greater than the interest that you're receiving. Therefore, if you've recently initiated contact constantly and proposed meetings, stop doing it and wait until the other person shows initiative. Even if this means a few days of silence. Completely forget about buying gifts or flowers, at least until you get into a relationship. Putting all your eggs in one basket. When someone is enamored, the belief that they can be happy with only that one person is a big mistake. Through such a belief, you can feel very tense in the presence of that person, and your subconscious behavior can reveal how much you care. And all this means that you're not challenging and you're a lot less attractive. In such a situation, the most important thing is to realize that it is only an illusion, which is playing with your mind. Chilling at ease, you'll have a much greater chance that you will succeed. And if you fail, it will not be the end of the world for you. Even if you're attracted to someone, do not give up learning about other attractive people. Knowing that you have other options is the best way to chill out. Acting too slow and lack of courage. Another big mistake is acting too slow and having a lack of courage. When you meet a new attractive person and they can tell that you like them, but you're afraid to make the first move or any meaningful step in their direction, the longer you hesitate, the more you show your lack of confidence and the less chances you have. Similarly, in late stages, the longer you wait with a kiss, the more the relationship looks like a friendship and nothing more. Taking offense and sulking. A very big mistake is being offended or sulking. Most often this happens when the other person doesn't show you enough interest. Let's see an example. A girl cancels a meeting with her boyfriend because she wants to go out with her friends. The guy takes offense and feels that her friends are more important than him. What's wrong? The guy generalizes and assumes that she prefers her friends over him. He tries to restrict the free choice of the girl, which provokes arguments. In a negative way, he shows how much he cares for this girl and how much the situation hurts him. Frequent behavior of this type can lead to a breakup. What should the guy do? First, he shouldn't take it personally. He should understand that the girl wanting to go to a party doesn't mean that she doesn't care anymore. Secondly, he must accept her choice. Prohibiting anything in this situation will only provoke conflict and further lower his attractiveness. Healthy relationships must rely on trust. Showing jealousy. Jealousy shows in a very negative way how much you care about the other person. Even if you have a reason for this, provoking arguments, continuously controlling another person, or even prohibiting the other person's activities can only act against you. This type of behavior will make your partner hide things from you to avoid a confrontation. Secondly, you tilt the balance of feeling against yourself. Thirdly, you further increase the likelihood of betrayal. You wouldn't be able to completely control your partner anyway, and in addition, in doing so, you weaken one of the strongest barriers that prevents betrayal: your partner's feelings for you. Showing too little interest. The last serious mistake is showing too little interest in the person you're dating or with whom you're in a relationship. That is the most common reason for the emergence of jealousy. If you show your partner how much you care about them, they in turn will trust you more. Jealousy most often arises when they suspect that you're not very engaged and that you're looking for new commitments. When you show too little interest at the beginning of a relationship, the other person might notice your lack of engagement and simply let go, despite the fact that they were committed at the beginning. The trick, therefore, is to find the right balance and show roughly the same amount of interest as you yourself receive. If you want to check your relationship's condition, please go to my website, robertmarchell.com, and take a short and completely free test. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more movies like this one in the future, please subscribe to my channel and like my Facebook page. See you next week.